Hi guys, and welcome back on my channel. My name is Wana, and today I wanted to talk to you about top baby products that I regret buying or I refused buying them in the first place. I have two kids, and I remember when I was pregnant with my first son, I started thinking, oh my god, I panicked first. I was like, oh my god, I need so many things because, I'm gonna have a baby. When I start doing a little bit of research, I saw that there are a lot of things that people were saying that it's a must for you to have when you're having a baby. And I remember that I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna break the bank if I will have to buy every single item that people are, saying that I have to have. Let me start with a changing table. When I first thought that I will have to buy a changing table, and I spoke with the mom, she was having two kids back then, and she told me, listen, you don't need a changing table. And now, after I had my second son, I can tell you that's the truth. You don't need a changing table because you will just end up changing that diaper like everywhere but not on the changing table. You're gonna do it on the couch or on your bed. Mostly I change my son's diaper on my bed. I just pick him up and put him on my bed because it's comfortable for me to just sit next to him and clean him and then just, take care of that poopy diaper. And instead of just stand up and do it over the changing table. Also, the last thing that I need is for me to think where in the world I left the changing table last time, and I have to bring it here in the living room and change that diaper here. Another thing on my list, it's a wipe warmer. Now, I'm gonna be honest and I'm gonna tell you that I'm guilty of buying a wipe warmer because all the articles that I've read were saying that if you're having a girl, then it's okay not to have a wipe warmer. But boys, apparently, especially during the winter time, if you would clean them with a wipe that is not warm, they will automatically pee on you. And I was like, okay, so I will need a wipe warmer. I was having a boy. Yes, I will definitely need a wipe warmer. Well, guess what? I end up buying a wipe warmer and I think I use it like 5 times, top 5 times, and that's it. Because the first time when I forgot that I had a wipe warmer in the house and I was just changing my son's diaper and I just used a regular wipe, he was fine. He didn't pee or anything. And then I was like, so I may not need it after all. Another thing on my list is a baby bottle warmer. And I'm guilty of buying that too. Usually I'm so proud that I don't fall for, this advertising, oh, you need this and this and this. And I'm like, I'm smarter than this. Well, I bought a baby bottle warmer because I thought that, hey, I'm gonna wake up during the night, I'm gonna need it. And guess what? I never use it. Like never, ever, ever. Definitely it proved to be a waste of money. So let me tell you what I use right now instead of a baby bottle warmer. I'm putting the formula in the baby bottle so I have it ready for the night. And in a thermos, I'm putting the warm water. And it's gonna keep the same temperature all night long. Now, when my son wakes up, if he wakes up during the night and if he's asking for a bottle, all I have to do is just pour the warm water over the formula in the baby bottle and boom, that's it. I don't need no warmers. I don't need to wait 2 minutes. And in the meantime, my son will maybe lose patience or he wakes up because he really wants the bottle. I'm like, no. As soon as I can tell that he's gonna ask for a baby bottle, I'm like, okay, here it is, it's ready for you. So in my opinion, I think this method works great for me. and I'm using this even when I'm out of the house. I'm just doing the same thing. I pour water in the thermos and that's it. It works great. And because we're talking about baby bottles, the next thing, it will be a special rack to dry baby bottles. I mean, it's so useless. I should have started with this in the first place. I'm thinking now, like, there's so many ways that you can dry a baby bottle. You don't need a special rack for it. I received at the baby shower, I received a gift, special dryer for baby bottles, and I was looking at the box and I was like, why in the world will I ever think that I really need this thing? Sometimes you can tell because you know yourself and you can tell if you're ever gonna use that thing or not. And in my case, it was a big no-no. I knew that that was a waste of money and a waste of time and a waste of space because I live in New York City and I don't have a big kitchen. I don't have definitely no special baby bottle drying racks for me. Okay, let's talk about another thing on my list, another item that it's a very popular item actually, and I'm talking about diaper genie. Now this is an item that I've never bought. I remember that I always thought, why in the world would I need a diaper genie? It's true that it may help for some people with the poopy diapers and keeping the stinkiness away, but it's nothing that a regular trash can won't be able to do as well. All you have to do is just throw in the trash bin the poopy diapers and just take out the trash more often. With me, in my case, we're using a regular trash bin and my husband is taking out the poopy diapers, and wherever other poopy diapers my son is making during the day, we're throwing it out at nighttime. This works for us. I don't see why should I buy a very expensive genie diaper, and also let's not forget that it needs some special liners. Regular liners don't work with a genie diaper. You need to buy special liners for it. So you see how you have to continue to spend money when you already purchased something that is a very, very expensive trash bin, in my opinion. Next thing that for me it proved to be useless and a waste of money, we're talking about baby swaddles. Let's not forget that every kid is different. For some kids it may work, a baby swaddle, but for some of them won't. Unfortunately for me, baby swaddles didn't work with my first kid or my second. They definitely can't stand having their hands inside and not being able to move. I was lucky enough that both my kids slept well through the night without them having to be wrapped in a swaddle during the night. As soon as I tried putting them like inside a swaddle and just, wrap it around them, they start screaming and they were calming down as soon as I was like opening the swaddle and let their little hands free. It's true the fact that sometimes if you don't put the baby's hands like in a swaddle, he may just move his hands during the night and hit himself, but it wasn't the case for us. Actually, for both my kids, it was fine having both hands free because they both are sucking their fingers. This is how they were calming themselves down during the night, and I was like having a long night of sleep, of good sleep. If they would have been all wrapped up in a swaddle, they will not be able to suck the thumb, and I will have to wake up and put the pacifier in their mouth and all that. So I decided no pacifiers for my kids, but instead I just let them just suck the thumb. Now here's something that I'm also guilty of buying and regretting it. It's a baby jumperoo. I just went and bought a baby jumperoo for AJ and he was like looking so awkward. I put that in my door frame and I was hoping that it will help him walk faster or at least enjoy the bouncy movement. He didn't. He actually hated it. He was just sitting there and not moving. And as soon as I was picking him up and left him on the floor, he was happy and just started crawling around. One of these items that I feel like it's not necessary at all, it's a vibrating baby chair. Actually, my son AJ absolutely hated it. Someone gifted us a vibrating baby chair. I was like, okay, this is a very cool gift. It's very thoughtful, and it's a $400 vibrating baby chair. Probably my son is gonna love it. What's not to love? It had different levels of motion, of vibrations, and in my opinion, it was like awesome. But as soon as I put my son in it, he was like screaming bloody murder. I don't know, maybe he felt that it wasn't a natural movement or something. I don't know what happened, but we couldn't use it, so we had to re-gift it. I ended up buying a Baby Bjorn bouncer. Oh my god, both my kids love it. My first son AJ grew up and he was using it until he was like 1, and then he learned how to walk and he wasn't like happy to be confined in the Baby Bjorn anymore. But in the beginning, in the first months of life, he spent hours in the Baby Bjorn, and it worked wonderful for my second son. In the first like 4 months of Aiden's life, he was like sleeping and balancing all the time in the Baby Bjorn, because as soon as he was learning, he learned that if he will move his little legs a little bit, the bouncer was like having a small movement, and he absolutely loved it. So both of my kids were like Baby Bjorn bouncer fans, and I definitely prefer it instead of a vibrating baby chair. Let's talk about buying super cute and completely useless baby outfits. Babies, when they're newborn, they don't need a lot of clothes. Until you start introducing solids to your baby, the baby doesn't need a lot of clothes, which is a great thing for us parents because we don't have to waste a lot of money, and the kids grow so fast that if you're gonna buy a lot of cute outfits, because let's face it, they're so super duper cute, and you're just gonna end up having a baby that never got to wear whatever clothes you bought it. In my opinion, for a baby between 0 and 6 months, you don't need a lot of outfits. All you need is a couple of baby clothes. They have to be comfortable, that's very important, and they have to have a zipper. In my opinion, all baby clothes should have a zipper. The last thing that you need is when you're trying to change a diaper in the middle of the night to have to put together all the buttons. That's when you will have to make sure you have several outfits for the day. Now, it depends on the kid. If he's a messy eater, then you definitely need more clothes, but if not, then good for you. You don't need a bunch of clothes. And let's talk about the last thing on my list, which are baby books. Okay? You may have a lot of questions. If you're a first-time mom, you probably don't know what to expect when you're expecting. Maybe you don't know what you should buy and all these things. But you should not buy all the baby books. There's a lot of information that you can find online. Keep in mind that every kid is different. If you're gonna focus in doing what a book had told you to, I don't know how healthy this is for a child's development. I tried when I had my first son. I was like trying to think a book was recommending for me to keep track of all his food eating and nursing times and for how long he nursed and all that. And the doctor agreed. She said that I have to pay attention at all these details, but not to the point of obsessing about it. And she told me, she was like, the doctor said, relax. You will get a hang of it. It may be scary now, but in a month you will know, and the baby will know, and you will see that you don't need any extra stuff like all those books that you may not have time to read them, or just gonna be there taking a lot of space and collecting dust. Baby books are the last thing on my list today. I really hope you guys can complete this list. If you, from your experience, had bought some baby items that everybody said you must have, and if you regret that purchase, and if it proved that you didn't even need it and you never use it, please leave me a comment below. I would love to know what I missed on my list today. I'm pretty sure that it's not only these 10 items that are like not necessary when you're having a kid. Thanks so much for being here today. Thank you for watching my video, and until I see you guys next time, kisses.